Okay, let us discuss this problem. This is something called polyether formation. So just write down and then we'll discuss what this problem says. So this is ether. This is cyclic ether CH2O. So this is attached to this 2CH3. Sometimes this is also called epoxide. So ethers are also called, cyclic ethers are also called epoxide. So this is sometimes also called epoxide. So you have an epoxide and you have CH3CH2O minus. This is basically acting as a catalyst and the product will be polyether. This means you have to add this molecule n times. You have to add many times the same molecule. So you can say, so I am taking this as in excess. So this is taken in excess. So this means I have to add the same molecule many times. So you just write on the product. I will give you first hint. CH3CH2O minus will act as a nucleophile. So you attack this nucleophile on epoxide. So this is the nucleophile. And attack this nucleophile on the epoxide. Open this one. And once you open this one, now you have generated another nucleophile O minus. You take again the same molecule, attack this on that, and keep the process going on. You will get the polyether. So let us write 2-3 steps, and then we will get what is the final product you are going to get. So let us write at least 2-3 steps. So I am waiting for your answer. Okay, let us discuss. So you have CH3, CH2. I said earlier this will act as a epoxide. So this is a catalyst. So you have CH2O, CH2O. So this will attack here and this will open up. So what you will have? So if you do something like this, you will have CH3, CH2O, and then you will CH2, CH2O minus. You're getting? So let me write CH2 2 times. And then I will have O minus. So this I will have. Now this thing, now let us call this simply OET. So why we are writing so big? So simply call this is O and this is ethyl group. So this is OET. And this is CH2 2 times. So I can write CH2 2 times O minus. Now we can add the same thing again on the epoxide ring. CH2CO. These are basically called base cut large ring opening. So what we are doing, so something like base kind of thing or nucleophile, there is a, in basic condition you will have a minus charge. So this open up, this goes here. So what you will have next? So you will have OET, and then you have 2CH2O. So let us make all this one. So this is CH2 whole twice O, and then again you will have CH2 whole twice O minus. Are you getting? If you do the same thing once again, now slowly you are getting what I want to say. 2O, and then you have CH2 2O minus. Now this can further attack on the same molecule. So you have CH2O, CH2. This attacks here, this opens up. Are you getting? So what you will have in this case? You will have again OET. Now let us say what you have got earlier. You have got CH2O, that is a common. Once again you will have CH2O. So let me write once again. And then you can understand the next time you are not going to write CH2O, CH2 whole twice O, and then again CH2 whole twice. You will have O. And this O will have a minus charge. Are you getting? So if you see clearly what is happening, CH2O, CH2O, CH2O. So this same thing keeps repeating. Are you getting or not? So I can write, if this goes n number of times, I can write CH2O. So this is CH2 whole twice O. If I keep going on, so I will have n times. Are you getting or not? So this will be, so I will have an oxygen. Now this oxygen will attack on the further. So finally we'll have the same thing keeps on going on. So this, and finally you can write if you want CH2O minus. Are you getting? So you will have CH2O unit n times CH2O, CH2O, CH2O. So this is the same thing that's keep repeating. So you see, if you want to write this polymer, you can simply abbreviate this polymer something like this, CH2 whole 2O, and then you just write N. So this is the polymer. And now this is the polymer. So this side we have OET, that is basically started this reaction. I have left this side open. This side also I can leave open, because if I want to show the polymer only, leave this bond open, leave this bond open. Now this is called monomer. So this CH2 whole twice O is monomer. If you repeat the same thing n times, you will get the polymer. So this is the monomer. So this unit CH2 whole twice O is basically monomer. And if you take the N into consideration, then it becomes called polymer. So that is a polyether in this case you have. So if you take N into consideration, you will have polymer. If you simply want to call something this CH2 whole twice O, this is called monomer. So what is the formula of monomer? You can say CH2, CH2O. So this is the formula of monomer. Are you getting? So if you have not copied, let us copy this one, and then we'll go for the next problem. Easy one. So this kind of polymerization, so you see OET minus, what this is doing? This is starting the polymerization. That's why it's a catalyst. Sometimes this kind of polymerization that starts with negatively charged, or that is a anion, is called anionic polymerization. So you can call this as a anionic polymerization. So this is example of anionic polymerization. Are you getting? Okay, we'll discuss next. So you copy this one. Those who have left something on the top can again copy, so don't worry. Copy it. Something missing still? So this is something about polymerization. So you can polymerize ether. So this is polyether. So if you polymerize alkene like ethene, then it will call polyethene. If you polymerize ethylene, then it will call polyethylene. So the poly word for N. So if you polymerize something, that is polymerize means you add the same molecules many times, and that is called polymerization. So adding the same molecule many times is basically called polymerization. Something we have condensation. Condensation is a reaction in which two big molecules get added and a small molecule is released. Like a small molecule can be H2O, a small molecule can be N2. That kind of reaction is called condensation reaction. We also have something called condensation polymerization. So we will discuss sometime later. If the two molecules combine and more than two molecules combine and a small molecule is released out, and that kind of polymerization is called condensation polymerization. We'll discuss that also sometime.